People misuse life, even though life's a gift. I'm born to death, but you still born to grift. And me, I don't miss. Keep your flagship crypto trash. Be ready for the paradigm shift. The cold wallet seed, phrase say magnifique. Liquidity pool, looking up at Diddy like Meek. One hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. In these DeFi streets, you best protect your cheeks. I'm from the planet Alawanapana. Had some jewelry for my wife to keep cause I don't wanna pawn her. And after taking secrets from Victoria, I may wall upon her. Or we drink from the Casamiga cause I'm a wall upon her. Homie Bujetta who never lies like Geppetto. I may rock some suspenders. What's going on, good people? It's the Crypto Wonder from the Crypto Wonder Podcast. Hope you're doing well. Let's get right into it. August is over. We are in September. With respect to, it's only 4 months left in this year. Man, 8 months flew by. Right? My goodness. 4 more months and the year's over. This last weekend, especially, concerning relative to DeFi and Pulse Chain, etc. Was very interesting. Very interesting, specific chain of events that occurred. I spoke about in my live streams at length. And I want to just sort of like capture it in this pre-recorded blog. Maybe I might touch upon it again in the future at some point, but I want to pretty much say something and leave it right here. When we talk about crypto and why we're in crypto and what it means to be a part of this industry, how we utilize it, how do we fit into this game? What do we do to allow crypto to work for us? Right? You have to think about things like, where do we keep our crypto? How do we keep it safe? How do we store our crypto? How can we, access it? What levels of security do we have in place to safeguard our cryptocurrency? Right? Crypto is supposed to be a trustless space. But we're human beings that we end up in weird ways finding ourselves maybe trusting people, although we don't want to admit it. We might be in some type of denial where we do lend a lot more trust maybe than we should. A lot more than we should, right? Not your keys, not your crypto. You got all these things going on. Do your own research. Don't trust. Verify. Man. Everything complex. This is what this reminds me, because everything complex that exists that we can obtain or discover had simple beginnings. Simple beginnings. We cannot forget that just because something is complex, that the value just remains in its complexity. We also have to respect its origin, the simple beginnings. That's very valuable too, especially in a state of affairs like what just took place this weekend. What am I talking about? I'm talking about trusting people, a person, not even a code anymore. It's not even about a code. Trust had to be given to someone, had to be lent to someone in this situation. With the hopes that the right thing would be done in crypto. Now, when you have to put yourself in that type of position in crypto, you are opening yourself and exposing yourself to maximum risk. All the all the whole thing, not your keys, not your crypto. No third parties, no intermediaries, no middlemen. Permissionless, immutable code. Do your own research, not financial advice. No admin keys. Don't trust, verify. Simple, 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 simple. These simple phrases that some of us, maybe who have been involved with it, in this industry for a long time, we might take for granted. Because why would you have that in your mind when it's already sort of like etched? It's supposed to be etched in your brain. It's supposed to come second nature to you. This is why you're leagues ahead. You're dealing with innovation, you're dealing with new technology, you're dealing with, all this thing that crypto from the beginning, the early building blocks have created, the foundation. So now you already set sail and you hit the ground running. You're dealing with DeFi, you're dealing with different blockchains, you're dealing with the code, technology, you're promoting coins, you're launching meme, NFT, staking long term, maybe not. Maybe you want to trade, do a little bit of a lot of different things. Engaging with the social media, with people online, exchanging ideas, maybe get into extremely heated debates, sometimes arguments. You're very active, right? But when you forget the foundation, when you forget what you're supposed to be standing on, when you forget the simple beginnings of all this, you create an opportunity for something to possibly blow up in your face down the line that could have been averted. And that's what possibly took place this last weekend, where a group of people had to do what? What did they have to do? What did they have to do? It's a theme that I've brought up recently when I've said that the real founders of these coins and cryptocurrency, the real founders of any type of cryptocurrency operation that exists, from what I've discovered, it's not something that I've heard, it's from what I've discovered and learned, are the developers. And everyone is at the behest of the developers. Doesn't matter who's the face of a project. If you're not the developer, you're not that person. You're not, quote unquote, the guy. You're not the guy. You're just a face. You might have had a good idea to market. You might have had a good strategy to promote, to create, right, an operation that helped rally and attract people to participate. But the actual framework, the building block, the real building block, the coding, the programming, the developing, right, is the foundation that everyone stands on to use these tokens, to use these blockchains, to use these dexes, to use etc., 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 etc. Web3, whatever you want to call it in this internet. When you're in a position where you are supposed to lead, you're leading people, whether you want to or not, but you are now a leader because you created something. You created something out of the ether. You created an idea that caught fire, that became organic, where people have begun to sort of like conform to your idea, participated and bought into your idea, right? Have received benefit from your idea by way of making money. And you as a leader in this cryptocurrency space who consistently are very loud, extremely verbose, and trying to make the world know that what you stand for is something that deserves merit. What you stand for, people need to be aware of. Okay? Where you've worked every single day to sound the alarm, to bring the attention to you, to not only bring the attention to you, but to also benefit others in the community who may not even, invest in whatever you've created in your community. You've done all this work collectively, even in a decentralized way, every day for over a year. You've educated people. You've debated with people, right? You've had challenges. You've created constant events, weekly giveaways. All this work for over a year. Talk about philosophy, talked about, again, debates, different talking points, everything dealing with DeFi, the pros and cons, right? All this educational material, helpful material, all this stuff going on. You promoting a decentralized exchange to complement your system, your ecosystem within an ecosystem. You promoting a DEX to complement and add to your community and the work that's already been done on Pulse Chain. To introduce alternatives, to introduce new ideas, to introduce new tools for people who may want to be interested in using the DEX to experience whatever rewards, revenue share rewards, whatever model the DEX provides. This is what it's here for, so people can participate and receive and enjoy. You're talking for hours, days long, weeks, for an entire year, no hiccups. Making valiant announcements and attempts and praises, going against scammers, going against grifters, wrongdoers, people who, you've identified even have allegedly engaged in criminal activity in this community on the blockchain. This is what y'all have done. This is what you've consistently done. And I respect that fight. I respect those endeavors, going against the scammers and making it known and be very loud about it with no apologies, except when you go above board and cross the line, which I've said before clearly, and I don't need to repeat it again here. That's when I have to take a step back and look at you differently and just say good luck from afar, but still watch. Because I understand the activities that take place on Pulse Chain affect everybody directly or indirectly. So I didn't have to be necessarily a token holder or a DEX token holder to have some type of indirect impact. From the exploit that took place. Excuse the noise because I'm recording this outdoors. The focus should not be heavily external. The focus should rely internal, inside, because this problem began inside. The flaw took place inside inside your inner circles, inside your inner workings, inside your operations. The focus, the blaming, finger pointing, looking outside of your operations, that can exist, but the majority, the real focus needs to lie on who your developer is and where was the single point of failure. Where did it happen? Who? Not only who the developer is, but why. Why was trust given to someone within that team or with that developer to allow a contract to be utilized that was not verified? And who surrounding the developer supported that? That's where the issue lies. That's how you move forward. If you want to continue to remain in this space, if you want to continue to build back your trust and reputation, because right now it's fractured. All the work that's been done, that y'all did, the good work is fractured now, blown to pieces. Because people, you have to understand, when you have the likes of other opposing community members saying very disparaging remarks that may or may not hold weight, that's almost expected. You should expect your adversaries, your nemesis, or whoever who's in competition with you, who may not like you, who's in opposing, complete opposition, you should expect your enemies to revel and celebrate. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but it's life. This is what happens. You should expect them to be happy for your misfortune. You should expect them to be happy for your mistakes, because you guys were very proud. You guys were very, very, very proud for a very long time. Perhaps rightfully so, to have created a situation that was insular, that seemed like it was organic, where it was thriving, it was growing, it was expanding, until it hit a certain point, which the entire chain hit a certain point, where the prices were just remaining down and to the right. But in the meantime, while everyone is waiting for this bull market to really show its horns, for this exploit to take place, it couldn't have been at a worse time. Couldn't have happened at a worse time for y'all. Because in many cases in crypto, unfortunately, you could do 100 different things right. It's that one time something happens, that one mistake, it overshadows all the 100 other things that you've done that were good. And that one mistake is a stain, it's a blemish, it's a big mistake in your reputation that you're gonna have to carry and wear for the rest, as long as you're in crypto and you're in public figure. Because the internet will not rest. The internet will always remind you of the mistakes that were made. Because that's just the nature of the beast. It's just the nature of what we deal with. And y'all know that better than me. Because I've actually learned that about the internet from hearing you all in the spaces. Because yeah, I tap into a bunch of different things because I have to remain abreast as to what's going on in this chain. Absolutely. It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that maybe you just, you guys were just, I don't know what it was. I can't even speak. I'm not going to speak for y'all, but the focus right now should be on how do you address and make sure that that problem never happens again. Because the uphill battle that you have to climb could have been avoided. 100%. How do people believe what you're saying moving forward? How do people entrust anything that you have to do moving forward? Where was your humility If you did all this good work, and I've even been saying it through my streams for the past year, if you're saying you're launching coins that are not Richard Heart related and you're doing good work, why are you vying? Why are you pandering to people who you believe are broke plebs? Who you believe are toxic RH maxis, even though you guys are claimed to be identified as being toxic too, and have shown worse, have done, created vile, disgusting memes of people getting violated, raped and everything, have made, like, even talked and have vocalized what you're gonna do to threaten people and harm people. This is the stuff that allowed folks to identify you all as being a toxic bunch, despite good work that you may or may not have done. And this right here makes you all look bad. Because with all the different levels of skill set that you claim that you all had in your team, meanwhile, the thing is, it's all about the dev. It doesn't matter if you had other participants and people who were hanging out and vibing with you all that were also developers. It's not for them to make sure that a DEX is working properly, in a sense, because you had a lead developer who has his own team, purportedly has his own team to do that, right? So why did you trust him? Why did you trust him? Is it because he has history in the community? Why? What was it that caused you to trust him to have people invest in a system that had a contract that was not verified? It's not even, it was a contract that people didn't use. It was an active, it was a staking contract, for goodness sakes. And then the deflection takes place where you're talking about, well, the Hex coin is not verified. Well, the Pulse chain, Pulse X has admin keys and all that. That is immaterial at this point. Unfortunately, yes, $1 billion was raised for Pulse X DEX. Yes, there's a bug in V1. Yes, we understand. Block Explorer leaves a lot to be desired, needs to be upgraded. We get that. But what about you? The focus is, it's not even about 50,000 versus 2 billion at this point. Because again, that's deflection, that's projection, that's not taking care of cleaning your house. It's not taking care of picking up the broken plates in your house. Realizing that what took place in your house has created and can create an effect where people want nothing to do with what you do anymore, with what you deal with anymore, and will second guess anything that you speak on moving forward. What a terrible situation. And again, the timing is not for me to question. The timing is for you all to question and figure out what is it that you could have all done differently. What is it that you could all done differently? Because something was amiss from the door. Something was amiss from this. When you're hearing all these rumors, all these screenshots, all these videos, not necessarily all these videos, but videos that are being done on who really rugged the staking contract, right? Pictures and finger pointing and blaming, all this stuff. Something clearly went amiss. Extremely poor decision making, bad business, and risk taking, huge risk taking was done. You guys dropped the ball. You guys dropped the ball in a miserable way. And for people who have years under your belt as far as participating in crypto, there's no excuse. Like, this is literally inexcusable. Folks have lost their money. That's one thing about this whole thing. When we used to hear Richard say, oh, software is hard and et cetera. But in this case, was this an oversight? Was this a simple oversight from a dev that you all praised and herald? Is this really an oversight? Why do you think people just, the first thing they exclaimed was inside job? And you all want to dismiss all the talk and everything. You want to say, oh no, let's do the research, let's investigate. But what does it look like to you? It's either it's A or it's B. What in between? What in between is there? It's one or the other. We're talking about what gray area exists. You lent yourself trust. You lent not yourself, but you lent trust to another person who allowed a contract to function unverified. Someone else to have access to the keys. There was too many points of failure, too many points of error that took place. Way too many. You guys were talking big talk for 15, 16, big talk. Now the talk is it doesn't matter what you say now. For right now, the shock of for you guys to go through this, I mean, come on. You guys are like the cream of the meme crop. The cream of the meme coins crop. Top of the line. Polarizing. You go at one member, you go at all. Organic. Doing good work, and you allow this to occur? Was this something that was pre-planned by the person? These are things you have to ask. Was this dev already planning this already? What happened? What took place here? Was this that maybe not only the dev was aware of this, maybe some of you were already aware of this? Maybe this is all a ruse, maybe not. But this is what people are asking now, and more, and then some. I'm on the outside looking in still. Was rooting for y'all until you did that disrespectful stuff to the gentleman from Pulse Nation, and I said, you know what, you guys, you're doing too much. The fight that you were doing against, the PH people and the cabal, and announcing that all these people are just exit liquidity for these old OGs, Hex dumping, that's all they want to do, launch coins and then just take the money from the people, dump on their heads. It's a zero-sum situation. I get all that. But this fundamental flaw doesn't only affect the dev, it affects your whole community, especially your inner circle. That's who's at question. Because everybody else just supports. This is why I say in this thing with money, you can only be but so proud. You can only be but so proud until something happens where you're going to be forced to be humble. All right, good luck. Take care.